And there's breaking news coming in after the High Court stayed the Delhi Chief Minister's bail order. Arvind Kejriwal has now moved Supreme Court against the High Court's hold, and has gone on to appeal for a hearing on Monday. That's the latest coming in when it comes to Arvind Kejriwal and his application for a bail. A lot has happened in the last 3 to 4 days. First, it was the Rouse Avenue Court which gave Arvind Kejriwal bail. The next day, it was the Enforcement Directorate which approached the Delhi High Court against the bail. It went on to say that the Rouse Avenue Court's order is perverse. A series of arguments took place in the High Court. The bail is still on hold because the order was reserved, and right now we're getting to know that Arvind Kejriwal has moved the Supreme Court. We have Tetri joining us on the phone line. Tetri, okay, we'll get Tetri in a short while from now, but the latest that we're getting on this case is that Arvind Kejriwal has moved the Supreme Court. So far, the High Court has put the Rouse Avenue Court's bail order on hold. The order was reserved when it was heard in the Delhi High Court. The High Court is yet to give its order on the application that was filed, on the challenge that was done by the ED when it comes to Arvind Kejriwal's bail. But right now, what we're getting to know is that Arvind Kejriwal has knocked the doors of the Supreme Court. That's the latest that we're tracking. Tetri will be joining us to get us more details on the same. And we'll tell you more about what has happened. You heard the arguments that went on between Kejriwal's counsel and the ED that, in fact, challenged the bail that was given by the Rouse Avenue Court. Ramesh is joining us on the phone line. Now Arvind Kejriwal has moved the Supreme Court, but Ramesh, put this into context for us, because in the High Court, the order was reserved and an order was yet to be given. So what are the implications when someone moves the Supreme Court for bail?
Absolutely. So first, let me tell our viewers, it has always been discarded and demotivated by the Supreme Court that the interim orders passed by the Delhi High Court should not be challenged and a final order should be awaited. However, Kejriwal's legal team has challenged an interim order which was passed by the Delhi High Court on Friday, and they are going to mention it for urgent hearing tomorrow before the Supreme Court's vacation bench. Now, let me tell our viewers a quick background. Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi's Chief Minister, was granted regular bail from Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court, a trial court, on which Enforcement Directorate moved the next day before the Delhi High Court challenging the order. They had sought two things. One was immediate stay on the trial court's order. The second was the set-aside order by the High Court. Now, the High Court stated that what we are doing is we are reserving the order on the stay application filed by the ED. But meanwhile, the order passed by the trial court is stayed, and please give us 2-3 days so we can go through the files and all the details, and we'll pronounce a verdict on the stay application. So as it stands
right now, Ramesh, only for the want of time, I have to interrupt because we'll have to take a short break. As it stands right now, the order, when the hearing went on in the High Court, the order was reserved by the High Court. The High Court did not go ahead and give an order of sorts when the ED went ahead and challenged the bail that was given by the Rouse Avenue Court to Arvind Kejriwal. Right now, Kejriwal has moved the Supreme Court. We'll tell you how the case pans out. Thank you, Ramesh, for joining us. Taking a short break here on Times Now. We'll be back. Stay with us.